morning, Professor. Good morning, everyone. We are the engineer department of the Bell Orchard Hotel. Mission: keep building property round, clear, safe, and sustainable without disturbing guests. Objective: repair and maintain hotel equipment and ground. Intro of group member: Jim Sear, Director of Engineer; Jackie Lu, Assistant Director of Engineer; I am Josephine Wilfang, Chief Engineer; and Maria Sear, General of Engineer. Director of Engineer Jim Sear had overall responsibility for the physical building and ground as well as the budget. Next, Jackie will continue with the introduction.
Thank you, Josephine. Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Jackie Lu. I'm the Assistant Director of the Engineer Department. My duty includes record keeping, task ordering, and I do some paperwork too, including the payroll, purchasing, and inventory and job assessment. This is Rosalie. She's the shift manager of our department. She worked with me. She do the she do assigned works and works along with Maria. She's the general engineer. And she worked with Josephine together with the performs, maintains tasks as needed. And from this chart, you can see the general expense by category. There are total 24 categories in this chart. From this chart, you can see the secondary elevator in the lobby has problem. We might need to replace it. So let's welcome Maria. She will explain the first quarter monthly expenses.
Thank you, Jack. Good morning, everyone. I'm Maria. I'm the general engineer of the maintenance department. I am going to talk about the first month of the quarter. In January, we had the elevator was the high expensive, which was $10,000, which means is 8.5% of the $116,465 monthly expenses. The average of our expense for this month was $4,850, and we also by using the formulary, the conditional formulary, we discovered two categories. The two categories was the construction and the furniture. Let's talking about the month of February. In February, the elevator was reasonable. Was reasonable at $3,000, which means 8.5%, which means 8.9% of the $30,600. For this month, the average was about $1,274. And there are no items over the $20,000 for the month of February. Let's talk about the March expense. In March, we basically have almost the same thing, the same average. The elevator, which was the most expensive one, we paid $3,000, just like in February, the expensive, which means 11% of the total expense for the month, which is 1,145. Which was $27,500 monthly expensive, and the average was 1,145. Also, no expensive over than $20,000. So now I'm going to show the percentage by the pie chart. As you can see right there, the elevator is 9% of the repair. We have 9%. The elevator is 9% of the total expenses. And recall that the February and March elevator expenses were 3% less each month. So as you can see all of the expenses, the percentage of them, and in this elevator because was the one which we pay more in the first month of the quarter. So I'm gonna give the word for Jimmy to explain that about that.
Thank you, Maria. And I'm Jim Shear, the chief engineer. Here we have a summary of the first quarter expenses, and we've added a column here for budget. You'll see that we are, in fact, over budget for the department. The largest item that is over budget happens to be the elevator. In previous months, you'll notice that there were $10,000 for January, $3,000 each for February and March. The $3,000 is a bit more reasonable, and that's where we want to keep it, that or below. And also we have a total number of items over budget of 16,000, under budget of 16,000, but we are over budget. You'll see at the bottom of $14,200. Just the top items, the top 4 items that are over budget come to $28,350. That means there's actually more. So the items that are under budget do not cover those that are over budget. So we're essentially going to be asking for more money. But it also creates a constraint in some of the maintenance items that we may not be able to accomplish all we want to. So anyway, here you will see that overall our percent decrease through the quarter by month goes from January to February with 281% lower. And then the decrease is a little bit less between February and March. It's it says -11, but it just went up slightly, about 11%. So it's still significantly lower. We had that major item in January to get that elevator going. We're trying, and we're again seeking to replace this elevator because it's been troublesome. It's our largest over budget item. By replacing it, we hope to bring that expense down to the point where we don't go over budget. We might even be able to be under budget on it and divert some of those resources to other projects. We have a few observations here. One, total expenses were $14,200 over budget. The elevator, again, is the largest over budget item by itself at $12,000. We do recommend a replacement. Cost of a new elevator, we have discovered, is $100,000. And here you will see we have put in the elevator cost, and we used the goal seek feature on Excel to discover just what we can afford. The accounting department told us that we can afford $1,500 a month in a payment, which we have built in here somewhere, but I don't have it actually on here, unfortunately. But given that we can only afford $1,500, well, there it is, monthly payments, $1,500. And so the next total annual payment's about $18,000. We can afford to do that over the course of 5 years at 7%. But given that, we can only finance $73,800. It's a shortfall. So we need to come up with a down payment of $26,200 in order to put this elevator in. So given this, we are asking the accounting department to come up with a down payment, and the marketing department generate more sales to pay for this. And that's it. Thank you.
Any questions? All right, very good job, Dept. Very well done.